welcome back to my channel. I am Jules. I am a business coach for beauty and wellness service providers. I am a mommy, and my channel really is just all about most of my days in the life of being an entrepreneur and being a single mommy, and still prioritizing my self-care and the things that I truly desire. So today, as you see from the title, I am enhancing my curls. I don't necessarily call it a wash and go because I know people will be like, yeah, you just put product in, shake it and go. But I actually do some type of technique that I call the finger style. So I just had to put a disclaimer because when I started my YouTube channel, I said that I was not going to really dive into hair tutorials because I am a retired curl specialist, retired hairstylist, and I've been talking about curls for years, y'all. And I am kind of over it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not gonna feel bad about that either. So if you did not know, I was a hairstylist for 10 years. I've had several salon suites, and then I opened a storefront and started a product line. And I had that for 3 years. And then I decided to retire to be a business coach full-time to actually help beauty pros get their business up and going, managed well, and run like a well-oiled machine, honey, and help them just learn business sense and learn how to grow their business. So I kind of took a step back from talking about hair, and it has been lovely, to be very, very honest. And so far I have been retired for 2 years and some change. But I often get people that ask me, how did I get my curls to look like this? What did I use? What technique? Blah, blah. So in this very simplistic, practical video, I'm going to show you what I use and the technique that I do, but I'm also just going to be chatting it up with you about what I did not miss from being a hairstylist and some things that I actually did miss, and then just a couple of sprinkles of random topics because y'all know how I do. Anyways, make sure that you like and subscribe and follow this video all the way to the end to get all the hair tips that I have to offer. I'm still trying to decide. I've been rocking my hair straight for, I want to say the last 5 weeks, possibly. So I straightened my hair twice or 3 times in the last 5 weeks. And I just colored it 2 weeks ago. So I'm thinking about giving my hair a break. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give my hair a break. Today I did a repair mask from Verb because what do we do? We went to Frequency Friday at the High Museum, and my hair was already kind of old. So I was like, let me go ahead and straighten it again so that my hair is fresh for Frequency Fridays. Also, it was so much fun. Oh my God, I had all of my best friends there, except for one. And that was the first time all of my friends mingled together, which was dope, and it was my friend's birthday. So we celebrated that, and the other dope thing is it was celebrating Pride. And that was my first Pride party, I guess you should say. It was so fun. Now I know why I don't really like going out to the club like that, and it's really because guys just be doing too much sometimes. And I realized that I had so much fun at the Frequency Friday for Pride because it's just it's different energy. The dance floor is a different experience. I danced with this really beautiful girl. She's so beautiful. Then I saw her again upstairs, and I was trying to serenade her, but I didn't have the guts to get her number. My friends was Jules, get it together. But so I think I'm gonna just do my curls today. One thing I do want to try to do is a ponytail. I want to slick it down and then go get some hair that matches the end of my curls. But I'm also thinking what color would that be? Because this formulation is not exactly blonde, not exactly brown. So yeah, child, I'm trying to decide. Okay, I can kind of see myself in the mirror. So I think what I'm going to do, let me see. Like, do I want my hair back in a ponytail? Or like, do I want it up? No, we're gonna do it curly. Okay, so then I really have to hurry up before it like dries out on me. Shampoo and conditioner wise, I am like a Verb, V-E-R-B, and Pureology fan, okay? So the Hydrate line from Pureology, I use the shampoo and the conditioner. It's like a lilac version, lilac color. And from Verb, I use their masks. They have a hydrating mask and they have a repairing mask. And today I use the repairing one because again, I've straightened my hair twice and it needs a little strengthening. And whenever I enhance my curls, I always use the Honey Almond styling foam from Influance. They're a vendor, so they're not in stores. You're gonna have to like go to their website because I don't sell them anymore. And this is my old product line. This is the Versatile Styling Cream. I don't use gel on my hair. I never have. I never use gel on my clients either. When I was practicing being a curl specialist, and I think that's what really like made a lot of clients interested, because I used to always post about the fact that I do not use gel on my hair or my clients' hair, and all of my clients' hair was always like so defined in videos and photos, even the tighter curls. So I guess that's what, I need to change the top on this. I guess that's what like really made my brand stand out, and my business was called Embrace Me Naturally. So when I enhance my curls, I really just be like, foam it up. I don't even use the cream every time, to be honest with you. But I definitely use the foam every time. And I put enough in it until it's like soapy, and it condenses my hair a lot. That is my goal. And for me, I don't really care about the curls being perfect. I need to cut this now. I can feel it snagging. I don't really care about the curls being perfect. I'm just like going through and raking it. Which nail is doing that? This one. Okay. When I did used to teach people how to do their curls, I was a firm believer on first you need to like seriously hydrate your hair. And when I say hydrate, I'm not talking about like wetting it with water every day. I'm talking about cleansing, conditioning weekly so that your hair has a clean slate and starts over before you continue to add products on it. So cleansing and conditioning your hair weekly is definitely one of those things that you just have to do. And that's one of the things that I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I learned that like while I was still a stylist, is the fact that is how to get your hair hydrated. Sorry, my mind's all over the place. How to get your hair hydrated. Okay, this is my first week not posting anything on YouTube since I started. And I was like, we cannot be slacking like that. All I did was change the tops. I usually buy a gallon of this because a gallon literally lasts me like a month. And I mean, not a month, child, a year. And that's with me doing my hair, my friend's hair, and my daughter's hair. So yeah, it really does last that long. So yeah, I am not for like, let's complicate curls. No, let's make sure your hair is healthy, hydrated, and strong. And let's not sit there and like work on one section and rake it 1,000 times. Even with my tight curl clients, they were like, how in the world? They like went to other stylists and they were like, it kind of felt like she was playing on my hair because she would be like on one spot for a very long time. But I'm like, it's really just saturation, the products, and making sure you get that clean slate with shampooing and conditioning. I also don't really like using gels because I have found, I need to put the cream on this part. And the only reason why I'm using the cream is because I'm not sure how my curls are going to last since I have been wearing it straight. So we'll see. Again, I don't really use the cream because I'll be washing it every week. I don't really need it to last longer than that. But today, we're gonna see what it do. So the cream definitely replaces the gel, and it's just there for hold. I know a lot of people be like, cream doesn't give you hold, but y'all, when people say stuff like that, I'm like, have you tried every single cream? Because mine does. And my clients and people who have bought my products online can attest that it does. Honestly, and I knew that this was what the video was going to be about. It's like when I was a stylist. Honestly, being a stylist and having like my own way of doing things and my own beliefs and experiences and posting it and hearing like the, how do I want to say this? And hearing people like say that what I'm doing doesn't work or like I shouldn't do that or whatever, it started getting really annoying after a while, to be honest with you. And I'm like, y'all, I just want to do my job and go home. Being a business coach now and it not being about like a technique or how something looks visually is so refreshing. Because, you know, when you have a passion for something and you work with your hands in a creative way and you post about it, everybody has something to say. The professionals, like the people in the industry, and consumers, just like the bystanders that are just watching your content. In the curly community, it ended up being like all these rules. And I'm not talking about just like understanding product formulations, understanding the elements of hair, not that. I'm saying like people just started making up rules of what we needed to do, go by words that we should be saying, shouldn't be saying. And honestly, it started getting exhausting for me. This was before I even knew I was gonna retire. I was just like, this is a lot, y'all. And it really don't need to be all this. So much so that like it kind of scares people from committing to rocking their hair natural so that they can see their true curl potential, because everybody made it seem like you gotta like follow the Bible, the curl Bible, page by page, and not have any freedom to like do other things or wear other styles. I even got stuck in that rabbit hole, and I was like, I can't really wear any other style because my hair might not like me after when I wash it out, other than like twists, because I would do my twist wet. But I was like avoiding blowouts and all these other things. And I'm like, all of these rigid rules around rocking your hair curly, it can just begin to be a lot. So besides like truly understanding that your hair needs to be cleansed and conditioned on a regular basis, like honestly weekly, to stay hydrated, because all you're doing is your hair is going to get dehydrated over time, about like day 10 or 12, but you're just staying on top of it. You're staying on top of the fact of like, all right, I already know it's about to get dehydrated, so let me go ahead and wash it now. That's basically all it is. But if you stay with those principles for most of the year, you really can like venture out and do other things like ponytails and get it so pressed by someone who knows what they're doing and has really good technique and is mindful with the products that they use. But yeah, I was reflecting on all of the things that I like really did not like about being a stylist, but the things that I just like was in love with. And one of the things that I really do miss is all of the people that I met. Like all of my clients, they were like had so many different backgrounds and so many different personalities. I feel like I was able to grow and mature so fast because of the exposure that I had from people, which was really dope. And I remember like early in my career, people used to always ask me like, how old are you? Because I used to look mad young. I'm 33 now, and people still think I'm like, I don't know, early 20s. And I used to really want to lie and be like, I'm 26 or something like that. Or they'll ask me how long I've been doing hair, and this is at the beginning of my career, and I really wanted to lie and be like, child, for 10 years, because I knew that would give them the confidence to let me do their hair, even though I knew what I was doing. But yeah, I don't even know why I said that. My curls actually are not doing bad. One thing I noticed, like when people do their clients' curls, like stylists, they have way bigger chunks in this, like when they rake it. And I just find that like just makes the hair very stiff. I do not like no stiff curls, child. I'd be like, where the movement at? I have to wet it because it's not the most hydrated since it's been straight for 2 weeks. Where should I put my part? Also, if you don't have the Felicia Leatherwood brush, you tripping. I learned about this brush in like I feel like 2015. And I told everybody about this brush at the salon that I was working at. And they were like, I'm not about to pay, I think it was $15 for the brush. I'm not about to pay $15 for no brush. Y'all, they saw how easy it was for me to detangle my client's hair. And everybody went out to get the brush. I used to have a relationship with Felicia in terms of like work-wise. And there was a point where I was selling the brushes, and I was even applying to be like one of her stylists in her, it wasn't necessarily an agency, but she was creating something for like these celebrities that she couldn't get to because she's only one person, but like having a list of stylists that she trusts to do the celebrities that she couldn't get to, like their hair. I remember one year, I think this was also 2016. I think I was in my salon suite. I think this was 2016, 17. But I remember one year she reached out to me and asked me, can I do Issa Rae's hair? Because she's in Atlanta. Issa Rae was in Atlanta and Felicia wasn't. And I was like, sure, when? And she like said a day and like a very inconvenient time, like where I already had a whole bunch of clients like lined up, and I didn't know who Issa Rae was. So I thought that Felicia had a typo, and I thought she was saying Lisa Ray, the actor. And I was like, maybe this could work if X, Y, and Z, because I don't want to cancel all my clients, And it just didn't work out. And then also Felicia ended up coming to Atlanta. So the funny thing is, not too long after that, I discovered Insecure. And I was like, this is Issa Rae. And then I fell in love with the show. And then of course you see how big Issa Rae is now. And I'm like, man, I could have been the stylist. I was like doing all of her cute natural styles, because I definitely was proficient in those types of styles. But anyway, I don't necessarily feel like it was a missed opportunity, but for the longest I was like, really? I could have met and been like a part of an actor's like rising of their career by styling their hair. That could have been dope. But yeah, just random stories, y'all. Just random stories. I would usually be blasting music right now, but I'm talking to you guys. Also, I've decided, like, whenever I do my curls, I either do it two ways. I either start in the front because it always makes me feel like I'm going faster because I can like see the finished result, or I part it into three. So I part it down the middle. This is a section, this is a section, and then this back is a section, and then I'll like part it, and then I'll just put a whole bunch of foam and cream on the bottom, and then rake it through. It really depends on like how fast I'm trying to get through my hair. But I'm really proud that it's curling. Look at my curls trying to behave. And the color looks good too. Okay, so now I need to push the curls up front and let's take out a section. And because curls are so forgiving, which is why I fell in love with them, it don't gotta be perfect, y'all. It don't have to be perfect. It's gonna look good regardless. Matter of fact, when you think your hair don't look good, that's when you don't get the most compliments. It always happens. So, like I said, this wasn't gonna be a tutorial, and I'm just like telling y'all everything I'm doing. I just knew that I didn't want my YouTube to be a hair page per se, because I know that I can get tired of talking about hair, and I don't want to be like the go-to person for product recommendations and things like that, or the fundamentals of how do you. But I do understand that like people just, for one, hair videos, they do very well on YouTube. And for two, people really just want to know, you know. I wanted to know before. I remember one time, actually I did this multiple times. I did a curl challenge. So it was 30 days. The curl challenge lasted 30 days. So what I did was I offered it to honestly anybody. You didn't have to be my client. It was an online thing. I created a packet. I forget what the name was, but I created a packet, and it basically walked you through like all of the steps to get your hair like to its hydrated, healthy state so that you can start to see your curl potential. So every day was different. You had to submit your photos of what your hair looked like when it was freshly, well, for one, it dried in its curliest state. So whichever successful wash and go that you've done. So that, and then I also had them submit photos of their hair freshly washed before conditioner. I had them submit photos of their hair, and that was to show me the porosity, like if the water was still bleeding on their hair even after it was cleansed. And before conditioner goes on it, that lets me know like how to help them further. And if their hair looks like it was trying to like air dry already, that let me know that it was like on the higher porosity side and what they needed moving forward in terms of like treatments or what shampoo and conditioner to put them onto. But y'all, the hair challenge went so well, and I really need to remember how much I charged. It went so well. It was basically a gateway for people to purchase products too, which I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just trying to help people. But of course, when people get into the challenge, they're like, okay, you know, you said that my hair is this or whatever, because I would basically look at their photos and then I would talk to them directly about what their hair needs, and then they would have to continue to submit photos every week, and they had to cleanse and condition their hair every week. But anyway, they would be like, yeah, my hair is already doing like amazing. It looks different. My wash and go looks better. I definitely want to like purchase all the products that you recommended. So like, I don't know, let's say like a $25 hair challenge ended up turning into like hundreds, like $100, $200 of revenue extra for me because everybody was buying our products and my products were sold online. So I had an online store. So yeah, I was happy that I was able to like help people that could never sit in my chair. And at that time, of course, it was a lot of curl specialists saying like, you know, don't trust a stylist that's giving you product recommendations if they've never touched your hair. And I'm like, y'all, I do this all the time. I know what I'm looking for. I know the before and after pictures that I need in order to see what your porosity is, because unlike a lot of stylists, I do believe that porosity tells you a lot in terms of the current state of the client's hair, and what to use and how it's going to behave and things like that. So yeah, that challenge went really, really well. And I know that I still have the packet in Canva. I just need to know where exactly it is and what I called it, because I don't remember that. I don't remember that part. But what are we at? 27 minutes? As you can see, I really don't be trying to do any style that's gonna take me a long time, whether I'm straightening it or wearing my curls. It's like, it needs to be 45 minutes or less, to be honest. So if you are not a hairstylist, I just want to take this time to give you a few more tips on how I keep my hair healthy and hydrated. So for one, I am not afraid of the shears. So I will cut my hair in a second if it is not the shape that I want, or if I feel like my ends getting a little scraggly, I will absolutely give myself a trim. So your maintaining your ends is like number two after keeping your hair hydrated, because your ends is the oldest part of your hair, and if it is not maintained, meaning being trimmed off, it will definitely start to snag. It will start to steal moisture away from the rest of the hair strand, and your hair will just not maintain like styles the way that you want it to. Besides that, every now and then I do clarify my hair. So this day I had to clarify my hair because I had used a hair serum multiple times on my hair when it was straight the week before. And so I just wanted to make sure that before I went ahead and wanted to ask my curls to behave, I made sure that I did a detox, which is, in my opinion, clarifying your hair and not using certain products for a certain period of time. So for me, I wasn't going to use the serums on my hair for the next week that I have my hair curly. So yeah, cleanse, condition weekly, maintain your ends, clarify your hair like at least once a month if you're going to be using heavy products or products that are not easy to shampoo out. And there's so many more things that we can get into, but that might be for another video. Okay, so I feel like I do need to say this part. Whenever I use this cream, and I only have enough for like me because I stopped selling it, like I said, but whenever I use this cream, I'm honestly only using like a dime size just to like pre-coat the hair basically and be a barrier of hold. So like, let's say that I'm outside and it just rained. Of course, that humidity is going to go right through this foam because the foam is very, very thin. But it may allow my curls to last a little bit longer, the cream, because it will be a barrier after the foam. So my hair may get a little puffy in humid weather, but it doesn't like completely frizz out because the cream is basically like stopping it. So I don't use cream the way that people use gel in terms of like getting the definition from the gel. I don't use the cream for that reason. I use like a very, very small amount just to use as a barrier. What's bringing my curls out is the foam. That's what's doing it. The foam and my technique. I call this style a finger style because I'm literally like raking my fingers through. But yeah. It's so funny. My friend's gonna be like, I thought you said that you weren't going to do YouTube styling tutorials with your hair. Oh, also, one other thing, it's probably not the last thing. One other thing though, I color my hair for the reason of my curls being a little looser. So of course I'm doing it in a very, I'm mindful of the integrity of my hair when I'm like lifting it with bleach and when I'm coloring it with permanent color. But the purpose of me coloring my hair, yes, it's cute, but also it elongates my curls and it makes them more defined. And I've been doing this for like the last 12 years. Well, no, the last 10 years. Yeah, I've been doing this for the last 10 years. So if you're like, Jules, your curls are so perfect. For one, they kind of are, because I make sure my hair stays hydrated. And that is one of the ways that your curls will definitely come out. But the other reason is because it is more definition and elongated because I color my hair. So that chemical process does loosen up my curls a bit. And I just don't go overboard. Like I don't need my hair to be like platinum blonde for me to get the results of it elongating and becoming defined. I just need like a little color. I just did my friend's flexi rods. It's so funny because she actually started off being my client, and I am the type of person the type of stylist that I don't really want to befriend my clients. I really liked and appreciated, my arms are getting tired. I liked and appreciated the separation from client to friend. So 3 out of 4 of my friends who are also my best friends started off as clients. And that is so funny because here I am like always getting invited to weddings and honestly vacations and stuff, people's birthdays, like everything. Cause I'm pretty cool, pretty chill. And a lot of hairstylists are people's best friends. And I used to always like politely turn them down because I just don't want to get that close. I want to keep the client stylist relationship, you know, just that. But 3 of my friends, they slipped through the cracks and they were like, we're going to be friends. Actually, 2 of them told me that. They were like, yeah, I already knew we was going to be friends when you was my stylist. You just didn't know it yet. And I am honestly this type of person where you kind of have to like, this is gonna sound weird. You kind of have to like trick me to be your friend. Cause like, I don't just open my doors up to new people in my life easily. So it kind of has to be like, oh yeah, you're cool. You're my hairstylist. Or, oh yeah, you're cool. We met at X, Y, and Z. You know, you said that you do this. Let's go out to lunch. Let's talk about it. It always ends up, for me, my approach is to network before anything, and then it can turn into a friendship. And it's only like that because I don't just be out here looking for friends. I honestly feel like I can only have like, this is the most friends, like true friends that I've had at one time, because I honestly call everybody an associate. This is the most people very, very close to me that I deem best friends that I've ever had in my life, to be very honest with you. My best friends have always been like the same person for years. But, you know, I'm opening up to the idea of having a group of friends, because I kind of always envied that from that show, Girlfriends. That used to be my show. My girlfriend. I know you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just making sure the foam is everywhere, because saturation is key. I used to sell my own foam, and it was really good for like lower porosity hair or hair that really needed something lightweight. But this is by far my favorite foam from Influance. And they are a professional line. I do believe they are still Black owned and created, formulated. But again, you kind of have to like know a stylist that sells it because they're not in stores, or go to their website and pay for shipping. So I wanted to take this time to go back and talk about products. So another thing that I am so happy that I learned being a curl specialist and a healthy hair care specialist, first and foremost, is the importance of well-formulated products. So, of course, you know, at the beginning of my career, I was still using just any and every product. I think I was still using like very old school brands in terms of like shampoo, conditioner, styling products, gels, and all of those types of things, because we was doing like the plastered hairstyles and things. But once I really started to understand that professional products are a higher price for a reason, that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I really need to invest in better quality products because, for one, they are highly concentrated, so they not only last, but you use way less of it. And you actually see the true benefits that it says or that it promises you on the label, versus when you're just out here buying any and everything from child Walmart, the beauty supply store. I mean, there's even a lot of products at our favorite Target, you know, that really is not doing anything for our hair. So one of the reasons why I kind of fell in love and stuck with the Verb line, Influence, Pureology, continuing to use my product for the versatile styling cream, is because it works and it lasts, and my hair is completely happy with the quality and the formulation of the products that I use. So just keep that in mind. If you are somewhere out here still trying to be cheap with your products, and you know your products ain't doing nothing, because you can definitely feel that it's not, just take a leap and spend a little bit more and purchase professional products. I got my sister to buy her daughter, my niece. I got my sister to buy my niece a gallon size of the Pureology. Actually, it's not a gallon, it's a liter of the Pureology Hydrate shampoo and conditioner. And she's seeing that lasts her a year or even longer, with me doing my niece's soap press every like 2 to 3 weeks. So again, y'all, professional products, if they are well formulated and if they really, really are doing what you want it to do to your hair and you see a difference, go ahead and buy the bigger bottle, because that junk is going to last you an entire year. That's all I had to say. And I am done. I usually wipe my neck off and like the top of my ears, because it always has like product residue on it. And then I shake my hair to kind of fluff my roots a little bit, so that it's not just, again, I don't like stiff hair, y'all. I really don't. And then when I come back up, then I put the part back in, if I want a part. Do I want a part? You can tell like how I cut it for my soap press. Yeah, I probably need to keep some type of part in here, or it's gonna look like a toupee. Yeah, like a little, some slight, you know what I'm saying? Some slight. This one needs a little foam. Okay. All right, now I'm about to sit under the dryer. The only times I don't sit under the dryer is if I am running late or summer months in Atlanta, because it's gonna air dry like really fast. But I do not recommend air drying your curls though. Lock it in place. Sit under the dryer. Get you a diffuser, you know? It'll last much longer if you do that extra step. Okay. The cut from my hair being pressed, it really translated well. And it being curly now, so I like that. We like that. Was here a little commotion for these curls. That top area in my hair, in my head, has always been very, very, very loose. It always frizzes fast and it's always looser. But this is the shape that my bob is giving me. And to me, it is cute. All right, let's sit in the dry. All right, so this is the end result. I dried my hair for like 15 minutes under a hooded dryer. So I actually sit under a hooded dryer. And about like at the 10-minute mark, I came from under the hooded dryer and I like just fluffed it up again to really loosen the roots so that it dries like with a lot of movement. So I love it so far. I really, really love it. I'm happy my curls didn't hate me. And because of how like I cut my hair in the bob, this side looks a little bit heavier. This side looks a little bit like the stack is a little bit sharper. And that's because like when I said that I wanted a bob, I knew that I wanted to always like keep this side like tucked under my ear. And so I kind of cut it a little bit shorter and I probably was a little bit heavier on my layers. And then this side was a little bit more, I want this, you know, just to be down sleek. And then I put a lot of layers like in the front, and that's how I got like that feather look. So all in all, to be honest, it translated very well. And I just give you a little turn. And my bang is long, but I think I'm just going to like, I don't need to pick or anything. I think I'm just gonna like use my nails to bring this up some. Yeah, cause it's like on my glasses. Trying to look in the mirror. But yeah, I love the way that it looks. Looks pretty cute. And by the time I do like my next vlog, you'll be able to see how it looks before I wash it out. Yeah, like this side is much longer than this side. Well, not much, well, yeah, much longer. And the layers are totally different. And if you do rock your hair curly, this is why people say like don't get a curly cut, like a cut just specific for when you rock your wash and goes. If you're going to wear other styles, because it does not translate exactly the same. It translates a little bit differently. So like when I used to cut my clients' hair, I used to want to know what like are your top 2 to 3 styles that you're always going to go for. Where's your part always going to be? How do you kind of throw your hair to one side or whatever, or all the way back? Because I'm thinking about all of that when I do my haircuts. I'm even trying to decide if I'm going to cut them straight, blown out, or curly. So yeah, but this is it. It's gonna be me this week. And I need to go find something to eat. And I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for joining me on wash day. I already knew you were going to ask, so let me go ahead and show you. So first things first, at night, you do not want to wear a bonnet that is super, super loose, because if you do, your curls will be going all over the place inside that bonnet. You want to get a bonnet that will compress your curls, not like suffocate them, but like lock them in place, okay? So this is the size of my bonnet. It's not very big. Also, I used to always keep my hair way shorter than this, so I've never needed a bonnet bigger. But what I like to do is I like to kind of pull my hair to the side where where all the weight is. Pull my hair to the side kind of like with my wrist. I go like this, right? Move it. Keep the part there, and then I put the bonnet on top. And you always want to fluff this all the way past your hairline and off of your ear. Because if you don't, your hair is going to get very, very flat right there in the morning. So you see how it's like laying on my ear? Yeah. You want to move it off of your hairline and off of your ear and push it back, and then take your ear out. And then stuff all these little baby curls, stuff all of that in there. Okay. Now you see how it doesn't really have room to move? Like There's no like saggy back or anything. You want it like that, okay? And in the morning, there is really nothing that you need to put on your hair because you're focusing on keeping it hydrated. So when it gets dry, you're gonna wash it, right? Right? So in the morning, it looks very flat, and then you just fluff it up. It should be moving if you did the steps that I told you to, because we don't like stiff curls, but it should definitely be moving. And then you just bring the hair that you tucked back to the front, and you basically just reshape your hair. This is also why I was saying my hair has to be shaped, because if it's not shaped, it looks crazy, and also it does not act right. So this is actually the second day.